Okay, sounds good.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Crucial Talks podcast. I'm your host, Mike Stamp. Here on the Crucial Talks podcast, we talk a lot about how people make decisions and how they make sense of the world around them. We talk about the identities people adopt and how those identities make us who we are. We tell stories to ourselves about those identities, and that ends up guiding us in our lives and what we do. This is why I'm so glad to welcome Marques Ogden to the Crucial Talks podcast. What I love about Marques is not only that he played professional football, and not only that he's had to overcome a lot to get where he is today, and it's not only the value he provides to people and organizations through his speaking, it's not even his best-selling book, Sleepless Nights, the NFL, and Business and Family. It's really his story. It's a story about transformation and success. So welcome to the Crucial Talks podcast, Marques.
How you doing?
What we'd love to do, start with a little about you and your story that has led you to where you are today, and how you're using that to help people.
How you doing, Mike? How's it going? Everything going all right?
Very good, sir. Thanks for being on the podcast.
Absolutely. So pretty much, my name is Marques Ogden. I'm a former NFL athlete. I'm from Washington, D.C. And what I do now is I'm a national and international keynote speaker. I go around the globe from Mexico to Canada, doing some things, looking to get some things going in Europe soon. And just really talking about my story, telling people about who I am. I've been very fortunate to have some clients like JP Morgan and Chase, the Home Depot company. I'm going to AXA Advisors in New York City in September. I've done work with Siemens, Cisco, NetApp, a lot of the major brands, and I really try to inspire people with my story to help them pursue and achieve greatness in their own lives.
Well, that's exactly why I love having you on here, because all we talk about here is how we can help people, how people can transform, how organizations can transform, and about teamwork. And so I was hoping to start out by asking you if you could tell us about a defining moment in your life when it really changed the way you saw yourself, and what ended up happening for you to change your life.
My life-changing moment is what I call my spilled milk moment. When I was working as a janitor in downtown Raleigh, probably about 5 years ago, I was taking out the trash and someone's trash got on my bare skin. At that time, I realized that if I don't make a systemic change to get my life back on track, this could be the rest of my life forever, where I'm just sitting there getting what life hands to me and not going for what I want. So that was the time about 4.5 to 5 years ago when I decided to make a change. I decided to become a keynote speaker. I came home that morning, wrote down what I wanted to do, and I started to seek clarity and get a vision of what I was trying to do. Now, of course, I did not know it was going to be that hard to get started, but my father always taught me that growing up, anything worth having you have to work for. And another thing I found from this thing around different people, speakers and intellectual giants, that the number one thing that makes people successful is not social intelligence, it's not good looks, it's not luck, it's grit. And grit is basically seeing something through from the beginning and going even past the finish line.
Well, so is that, now you talked to us about this transformation, right? You were working as a janitor and you spilled some milk on yourself and you made this decision that you've got to go after what you want. And you talk about grit and you talk about the lessons you learned from your father. And so was that already ingrained in you when you were, because you were playing professional football. So I would assume that grit had to be there, but was it hard or mental, or was it because you had done so well as a professional football player that you already had that skill or that talent, that grit, or was it more of a mental thing where now you had to actually shift how you thought?
Having grit playing the National Football League is one thing. That's basically doing what you have to do to protect other people as an offensive lineman, help your team win. Grit on the football field is great and you need it, but grit in life is something totally different. Because grit in life, it's like in the NFL, and my wife talks about this all the time, things are kind of handed to you. Like, You know when practice is going to be. You know the schedule. You know when things are going to occur. You know when it's time to eat. When it's time to go to film study. When it's time to go out and practice and go pre-walk before a game. So grit in football is definitely necessary, but grit in life, like what I had to go through when I had no real roadmap, no real vision, no real plan of action, it's very different than trying to go through it when you are basically have no design, you have no roadmap or guidelines or blueprint in order to be successful. So it's a much different outtake for sure.
Well, and so that's what I love about your story, man, because you grew up like the rest of us, right? I mean, you're obviously a great athlete, made it to the professional level of athleticism, right? Everybody thinks, like I think, if you make it there, you make it to the NFL, you're set. But what happened was you had the injury, right? And that ended up kind of ending your NFL career?
Yeah, I had some back issues. I had an L4, L5 disc, and to be honest, I also was going through a depression. My father passed away, and I was having a tough time adjusting without him, and I was a single man at the time, so I had no family, to really support me in pushing forward through the tough times and dark times. So when my back injury came about in the last year of my career, instead of kind of pushing through and persevering, I kind of just shut it down, said, you know what, this is probably not for me. And I had grit to make it through my career, but the back injury was just very damaging, and I just wasn't trying to work through it like I normally would have early in my career.
Well, and that really, I think, touches a lot of people, right? Because they hear, people are going to listen to this podcast, and they're hearing, oh, he's got Marques Ogden on, oh, he's an NFL player. But really, what your story is, and why I love it so much, is not that you're an NFL player, right? Like, I am a fan of the NFL, but I'm not somebody who just thinks everybody in the NFL is great. What I care about, what I think